Hello, Northwest students. I've got a special guest with me today. This is Lacy. I'll introduce her and you'll learn a little bit more about her later. She kind of gets shy sometimes too, so she might not stick with us the whole time. But the reason I'm with your class today is your amazing teacher reached out to me and asked if I would read a story to the class. And so I said, sure, I'd be happy to do that. But as I looked around my house, I realized that with my children moving out and being older, that I didn't have any young reader stories around. So it just literature and leadership books. So we decided that we would create a story and tell a story. So you usually need some inspiration to tell that story. And so I turned to Lacy and asked her if she would help out. And she certainly said she'd be glad to help out. And so she wanted to tell her story today. And so that's what you're going to hear about is Lacy's story. She did ask me that I would have to do the reading and that I would have to put it on the Google slides. So you can see with the pause, she has a little bit of a tough time. She tries to type, but kind of becomes an issue because sometimes she hits too many keys at one time. But she wanted to share her story. So we're going to go ahead, and I know many of you are getting used to seeing faces like this on the computer screen. And so we're going to share our presentation here and what Lacy had to write. And so this is what you guys should see right now is her story, and we're going to present it. So this is called Lacy Goes for a Walk. You can see there's several pictures of Lacy around, so you get an idea of some of her adventures. So here we go. Something strange. Hi, my name is Lacy, and I just wanted to say that something strange is going on around the house these days. But before I get into that, let me tell you about my cute little beagle self. Pick me, pick me. Let's go back to the beginning. When I was a really little puppy, I lived in a cage with a lot of other little puppies who looked like me. People would come to look at me and they'd squeeze my cute face. Most would leave. But then, one day, someone picked me. Going home, I was picked up, and then we went for a car ride home. I didn't know what a car was because I was still just a puppy, but it was fun. My humans. I went home with my 4 new humans. They were very nice to me, but at first I couldn't get any rest because they always wanted to hold me or play with me. There was always something else in the house. A fuzzball called a cat. There was another fuzzy thing with 4 legs, a tail, and it kept making funny meowing noises. My humans called him Nicky. We didn't always get along at first, but eventually we became good friends, and we even took naps on the couch during the day when my humans left for places called school and work. So there you can see Lacy and Nicky snuggled up on the couch there. And you may see the kittens run behind us here in a second here. It goes back and forth. So my name is Lacy. When my humans would hold me and play with me, they kept saying Lacy. So I finally figured out that was my name. And I like my name. Another furball. As if one furball meowing around all the time wasn't enough, another one showed up out of nowhere. The humans called this brave one Miley. Another furball, another friend. Eventually, we all became good friends, and I would hang out with Miley on the couch too. Best friends. Aren't they all cute? They're laying there snuggled up. Soon, we all became best friends, and we would play and take naps all day, while we mostly took naps while the humans were away. One human off to school. One day, one of the younger humans went away to someplace far away that the humans called Bama. They said it was college, and you guys might know that as the University of Alabama. College visits and holidays. While I miss my human, We sometimes went to visit, and she came home around the holidays. Another one goes to college. And then a couple years later, the other younger human went away to a place called Mizzou. And so you guys know that too, is University of Missouri. Meanwhile, back at home. Meanwhile, back at home, I was with my two older humans and my best cat friends, Nikki and Miley. Every day, the humans would leave and we would have the daytime to rest and relax. We move. Then one day, my two older humans decided we were going to move. So we moved to another nice home where the humans dressed up a lion statue named Leo. I think my older humans might have missed the younger humans. My wardrobe. The humans like to dress me up too. Here, you can see some of my wardrobe. Sporting my outfits. I like to wear my outfits, and I can tell it makes my humans feel good too. I definitely think they miss the younger humans. But they come back to visit. The two younger humans come back to visit every once in a while, and I know the other older humans talk to them a lot using their handheld screens. And sometimes they bring other humans with them. This time, one of them brought something totally unexpected. I wonder what it could be. A surprise visitor. They called her Stella. Stella was wild and never wanted to quit playing. We got along most of the time, but she really wore me out. I like Stella, but I'm glad she was only visiting for the holidays. And you can see how tired Lacy got from Stella. And they played a lot. Life was back to normal. We had settled into the new house and we were back into our post-holiday routines. The humans would get up early and leave the house for the day. While they were gone, me, Nikki, and Miley took care of the house. They were such days. The weekends. Like I said, the humans would leave every day for 5 days in a row, and then they would stay home with us for 2 days. We called this the weekend. We would watch sports, hang outside, and go to the parks. We enjoyed our time with the humans, and we were glad to entertain them but after 2 days, we were ready for them to go back to work and get our rest for the week. And then something happened. And then something happened, which brings me back to where I started this story. Something strange happened to our humans. They would not leave us alone. Literally, they would not go anywhere. They won't leave us alone. When I say they won't leave us alone, I meant it. They would not go to work anymore. Ever since they started to watch more and more news about something, they just stayed home. Sometimes they didn't even change their clothes or shower in the morning. It was getting weird. In fact, some days all they did was sit and stare at the screens and talk to the screens. And you guys know we're all staying home now and staying safe. And so that was part of what was going on. Okay, not all was bad. Don't get me wrong, not all was bad having our humans around all the time. As we went on some adventures and had some interesting visitors, the bird feeders are filled more often, so our feathered friends seem very happy. One day, we had a giant snake friend come to visit. Apparently, black snakes are good for the environment, or so I'm told. We had to do something. Knowing that things were not normal, I had to call a family meeting with Nikki and Miley. I know they were seeing the same things I was, and we needed to help our humans out. But what could we do to get our humans outside? I had to act. Knowing that the cats would never agree to letting a human walk them with a rope, I had to act on my own. First thing in the morning, I would sit in front of my walking rope and I would not budge until we headed out for a walk. I would do this every day they stayed home. We knew it was important to get our humans outside and moving around. Walking and staying positive. While I didn't know exactly what was going on, I knew they needed my help. On our walks, I encouraged my humans to stay positive. I wagged my tail a lot and smiled. I asked them to ask others to stay connected and stay positive too. And so it began. Let's see what began. We walked and we walked and we walked. The walks continued. There were walks in the morning, walks at night, walks in the neighborhood, and walks on trails. On one walk, I even met a deer. You can see Lacy and a deer saying hello to each other there. Attitude changes. These walks were amazing. I used to like to sleep and let my humans head off to work, but now I can tell they love the walks too. They just seem happier. I may have created a problem though. I think they like being with us so much, I'm not sure if they'll ever go back to work. Exhausted. While I don't know how long it will last, I will definitely make the best of every day that I get to go for a walk. Even if I'm just dog tired every afternoon, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. After all, we've got this. The end. So that's Lacy's story. I hope you liked Lacy's story. She had fun putting it together. We'll kind of click back out of here and go back to our screen there. And so again, like I said, I hope you enjoyed Lacy's story. I know you all have a story to tell too. So even though we're not in school buildings right now, we're still engaged in learning. So I want you to continue reading. I want you to continue writing, and I want you to definitely stay connected. And we can't wait to hear your story as well. So thank you for inviting me to be a guest in your class today, and a pleasure to be part of it. And no doubt about it, stay connected, and we've got this. Take care. Thanks again.